So, we're doing another book haul today. Whoops. Hello friends, I'm Rosa. Welcome to the channel. So we are doing another book haul today. I know it's not been that long since the last one, but honestly at this point I don't know, okay? I'm just going with it. Books show up, my wallet is screaming, but I'm okay with it. So I don't actually know how many I got to go through today. I'm gonna quickly count them just so we know, just so we have an idea. I think 29, which is a bit. And I think about 10 of them are still wrapped up. So they're still in packaging like this, you know? So we have a little bit of unpacking to do as well, or a little bit of like an unboxing situation to do as well. A lot of these are romance and a lot of them are special editions. I think there is one fantasy book that is not a special edition, but the rest are. And I have a couple of the romance books that are also special editions. So, or unless I can't really see what's in that, there might be a couple of exceptions. Okay, but anyway, I will make sure to leave links to all the books in the description box down below if you want to go check them out, read the synopses. Maybe they do a little bit of a better job at it than I do. I'm gonna go through the special edition pile that I've made for myself first, or should we unbox those first? Which one is the most fun to do? Let's go through the special editions first. There is no rhyme or reason to the order of things because I don't know what's in the boxes, okay? So, envelopes, whatever you want to call them. So we're starting out with the hardcovers, the special editions, plus an extra one. First off, we have Shanghai Mortal by A.Y. Chow. This is the Fairy Loot edition. I think it was the June book, if I'm not mistaken. The original cover is a little bit lighter than this one, but I do like this one a lot. Like, I like this colorway. It makes the dragon here and this, wait, that's a kitsune, that's not what it's called in Chinese, but what's it called? Wulixing. Yes. I think it's a nice colorway. We also have these printed edges that do look a little bit wonky because of the way that the book is printed, but it's the way that they look on this edition. It's just how it is. We have some motifs on the top and bottom as well. There's a quote on the back too if you want to read it. And I got this in the box, or in the book as well. It also came with art and foil on the naked cover, plus end papers that are super cute, and different end papers in the back that are still super cute. So this is a fantasy with romance, and it's about a half vampire, half Wulixing, who is a fox spirit, like a gumiho or a kitsune that you might know from Korean and also Japanese legends. And she works for the King or Prince of Hell. King of Hell? The King of Hell. Unfortunately, some people are trying to steal something from the King of Hell, and to prevent them, she teams up with someone else, some guy, I don't know. And it ends up in a whole situation. So, I have not read this yet. I started it and then I stopped it. Not like a DNF, I just decided to read another book instead. I don't know. So, but I'm still gonna read it. I have an arc of it as well. Then we have an Illuminate book, the sequel to Little Thieves, which is Painted Devils by Margaret Owen, and again, gorgeous special edition. These edges are a little bit on the orange side, which really surprised me, but it works with the title, which, as you can see right here, is orange. The motif of the two people here, also orange. This one, and this is one of the things that I loved about the original edition, or not the original edition, but Little Thieves, is that it has this really, really good artwork on the naked cover, which is done by Margaret Owen, and I am so obsessed. Her drawing style is so good, like it's so good. So I'm very excited to be reading both of them at some point. Oh, I have a book plate. Finding all kinds of things inside of my books. Very exciting. Actually, I think I lost my book plate for the first book, which sucks, but whatever. It's fine. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not remember what the first book is about, other than we follow a girl who is a thief, and she's a bit of a villain, actually. I think she's also the daughter of some kind of... is that a god or something? I don't fully remember, but I've heard lovely things about the first book, so I'm very excited to read it at some point, along with this one. I think I have an arc of that one too, actually, which is awkward because it came out in like 2021. Well, I'm just a bit slow at reading sometimes, it's fine. Then we have the one hardback that is not a special edition, and that is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This is the indie published one, and I bought this knowing, or I had a feeling that they were gonna traditionally publish them soon, which I'm right about. They're coming out in December, actually. So I really need to get the sequel to this before they're not available, because I don't know how it's gonna work with the, we get our books from the UK, I live in Denmark, so I don't know how that's gonna work with their book selection and stuff, but the indie published version has this gorgeous naked cover that I believe is actually painted by her husband, Chris Broadbent's husband, which is super cute. Super cool. And I loved this book when I read it last year. I think it was in December, actually. So I'm gonna do a reread of this at some point, hopefully when I get my hands on the sequel, so I can read them in a row and just have a really, really good time. This was such a ride to be on. We follow a girl who is a mortal, a human living among vampires, and there's this like trial going on or about to happen where you can participate, and if you win, you get a lot of powers, but there's only going to be one winner and everyone else dies. And she decides to partake in it because she's really fed up and done with being a weak human among all these vampires. She feels like a target all the time, which fair enough, she is. And so she partakes in it, but it's very difficult because the vampires are ruthless. And then there's a guy who starts to help her out. And as the trials go on, the two of them grow closer and, you know. So it was just really good. I think it's more like adult, new adult. I would say there's a little bit of steam in it as well, a little bit of spice. So just be aware of that going into it. But very good slow burn with a lot of fantasy, a lot of action. I love the lead girl. She's very stabby, which is definitely a plus in my book. So as for another Illumicrate book, this one is from July. So I hope it's okay that or it's just from June. No, it's from June, not July. I haven't gotten the July book yet. It'll arrive at some point. But The Sun in the Void by Gabriela Romero La Cruz. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of names actually, surprisingly. But anyway, can't really say what this is about. I think it's adult fantasy. I have read the synopsis and then I've forgotten it. But it says Reina is desperate. Stuck living on the edges of society, her only salvation lies in an invitation from a grandmother she's never known. But the journey is dangerous and prayer can't always avert disaster. Attacked by creatures that stalk the region, Reina is on the verge of death until her grandmother, a dark sorceress, intervenes. Now dependent on the Donya's magic for life, or for her life, Reina will do anything to earn and keep her favor. Even the bidding of an ancient god who whispers to her at night. Eva Kazade is unwanted. Illegitimate and of mixed heritage, Eva is her family's shame. She tries her best to be perfect and to hide her oddities, but Eva is hiding a secret. Magic calls to her. Eva knows she should fight the temptation. Magic is a sign of the dark god, and using it is punishable by death. Yet it's hard to deny power when it has always been denied to you. Eva is walking a dangerous path, one that gets stranger every day, and in the end she'll become something she never imagined. So this has obviously an exclusive cover. The original is like blue, teal, dark-ish, whereas this one is just black. We also have foil on the naked cover. That is gorgeous. Spine looks like this, and we have this really, really beautiful end paper art. And the edges are super interesting, very unique, and will definitely be on display at some point. So quite interesting. I think the only thing I could say is that I kind of wish that they properly lined up with the cover, which they unfortunately don't. But I could also see why that would be very difficult to do. Like, they don't completely line up. You see what I mean? So. Then we have another June fairy loot book. This is the YA one, which is Sing Me to Sleep by Gabby Burton. And also an exclusive cover. The original is dark blue. I do love this like teal with the gold foil. I think it looks very, very nice, like contrast, because there's a little bit of green and teal. And green and gold look very good next to each other. This one has art and foil on the naked cover, along with a little bit on the back here as well. The spine looks like this. We have stunning end papers that look like this, and they're different in the back, where they look like this. It also has these beautiful edges that again are a little bit wonky because of the way that the book is made, but Potterscape tends to do funky edges because of the way the book is bound. Like, they get a little bit wonky because the pages are not completely aligned, if that makes sense, but there's really much to do about it. But this book, as far as I can remember, I have an arc of this as well that I've not read. This is getting embarrassing. I need to do something about this. But anyway, this is about a siren who we follow, who by day, because you can't, it's illegal to be a siren. Or like, sirens are dangerous. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to be a siren. Yeah, her very existence is illegal. So by day, she disguises herself as a fae and actually works for the royal guards, I think. And then she's sent on a mission by the crown prince, who she hates, but after getting to know him a little bit, might not fully hate anymore. I don't know, just an idea. Just a theory. And her mission is basically to find this person who's going about killing people. Unfortunately, that person is actually Shanghai herself, the siren. So, I don't know, quite a predicament, but yeah. I got 3 books that were not in, well, I got 4 because Painted Devils technically as well. But I have a couple of special editions that were not in boxes. So I got the Fairy Loot edition of Last Violent Call because I have Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong. And this is a super short one. There are 2 novellas, one following Roma and Juliet, and the other one is following Benedict and Marshall. So they're characters from, I think it's funny that this matches Foul Lady Fortune, considering they're characters from These Violent Delights, but like, I don't know, maybe they tie into Foul Lady Fortune or something. I'm not really sure because I've not read the book yet. And I don't have an arc of it this time. So every time I mention that, it's basically just because I'm embarrassed by it. The fact that I have one, I haven't read it. It's fine. But yeah, got this book, ordered it a while ago. Also ordered what's it called? Foul Heart Huntsman? So unfortunately I found out when it arrived, because I hadn't actually checked, that this doesn't have end papers that match the Foul Lady Fortune ones. It does, however, have foil that fits, so, and the edges as well, that I hope you can see if the camera would focus, but it's really bad at that today, but they fit with the Foul Lady Fortune ones, so I'm gonna have myself a little matching set. Oh right, I forgot, almost. No, I pretty much forgot. But we have Inside Dust jacket art. That is of Roma and Juliet over here, and Benedict and Marshall over here. And they're so cute, sitting on a train. I love it. I love all 4 of them so much. I'm so happy to see you too. I'm very excited to read this at some point. Second last special edition is Blood SisterScribe by Emma Tors, which is from it's the Illumicrate edition, so the original has like a yellow-ish background. This is green with a coppery kind of foil on the cover, very nice. It also has foil on the naked cover, which looks like this, and then in the back there's some different foil. Both are bronzy. We have a beautiful spine right here, and text, or stenciled edges, but there's text that you're free to read. Not all books should be opened, but this one definitely should though. We have end papers as well that looks like this, and I'm very intrigued. I'm very, very intrigued by these end papers. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I forgot to say, but some of the books are also signed. So this says, Joanna Calate lives alone in the woods of Vermont, the sole protector of a collection of rare books. Books that will allow someone to walk through walls or turn water into wine. Books of magic. Her strange older sister Esther moves between countries and jobs, constantly changing, never staying anywhere longer than a year, desperate to avoid the deadly magic that killed her mother. Currently working on a research base in Antarctica, she found love and perhaps a sort of happiness. But when she finds spots of blood on the mirrors in the research base, she knows someone is coming for her and that Joanna and her collection are in danger. If they are to survive, Esther and Joanna must unravel the secrets their parents kept hidden from them, secrets that span centuries and continents and could cost them their lives. So it's a book about books, which is cool. Lastly, this just arrived today and I'm like still kind of in denial that I have it in my hands. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, I've been wanting this. I can't say it for the content, but like special editions as a concept was sold to me because of this edition. Like, this is really what solidified me wanting to sign up to. I started out with Illumicrate, so that was back in 2021. It's their edition of She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan, and look at these edges. I love them so much. This is an exclusive cover, obviously exclusive edges, ombre, but also stenciled, and I really think this is something that they need to add to special editions more than they have, because it's so good. It's so good. They're so beautiful. We have end papers that match the edges as well. Like, this is such a good look. It's such a good look. And there's a dragon as well here on the naked cover. It's the same dragon from the front, but on the cover. Plus, we have inside dust jacket art as well, and I really like this vibe. I like it a lot. As for the book though, it's a bit like historical fantasy. Think like Mulan, sort of. It's funny because I've made that comparison before because I read both. It's like, it's in one of the blurbs, I think. But also, if you read the synopsis, a lot of it just screams Mulan. But someone was like, it's definitely not Mulan. And I'm still convinced that it's Mulan. So other than that, it's about a girl who takes her brother's place in the military after her and her brother had their fortunes told when they were kids, and the brother was told that he was supposed to experience greatness in his life, and the daughter, who we follow, wouldn't get anything. But then, oh, not in the military. Are they in the military? Monastery. A monastery, not military. But she ends up basically taking her brother's name after their village is attacked by bandits and the brother actually dies. So she goes off to a monastery, basically, what's that called? Portraying? No, that's not. Like, she takes his identity and goes off to the monastery, hiding in plain sight as him. And then stuff happens. Not great things for a girl, but she has to go through some things to actually achieve this greatness that is meant for her brother. So that is She Who Became the Sun, and I'm very excited to get my hands on He Who Drowned the World as well. I have ordered it from Illumicrate, so I'll have them matching now. I'm so happy that I managed to get this because it literally, they had like a couple left. They did not have many left. I was so lucky. I was sitting with my phone in my hands when I got the notification on their Illumicrate or on their Instagram, and it was like 4 minutes to 4 or something, and they weren't supposed to go up for sale until 4, and I didn't even know. I was just pure lucky. So, but those were the special editions, at least the fantasy ones. I still got, well, I still have 2 more fantasy ones and then a couple of romance ones, but I think we should go through the books that are in packaging because I'm curious. I can't remember what they are. I always write down which ones I order so that I don't double order, but I can't remember which ones have arrived, so let's get started with this one. Alright, yeah. Restless Slumber by KJ Sutton. This is so small. Wow. So the Fortuna Sworn books are being traditionally published now by Penguin here in Europe. So I decided to get the sequel to Fortuna Sworn, which is the first one, because I didn't think it was like the greatest fantasy romance that I read, but I still enjoyed it, so I want to see where it goes. Thinking that it might get a little bit better in the sequel as well. I like the ending of the first book as well. So that's what this is. Basically, in Fortuna Sworn, we follow Fortuna. Is her last name Sworn? I don't remember. I think it might be. Fortuna Sworn, is that her full name? Anyway, but she is a literal nightmare. So she can conjure your worst nightmares. Like, that's all you see. You start to hallucinate and stuff like that. That's her power. Very, very cool. And she is on the search for her brother who has gone missing, who's also, I think he's also a nightmare, but no, maybe not. Or maybe he isn't. But he's gone missing and she's on the search for him. And so she ends up striking a deal with a fae that she comes across and then is dragged into the fae world because that's where her brother is, and she has to go through several different things to so on and so on. So that's what it's about. I do not know what happens in the sequel. I have no clue. I've not even read the synopsis, but oh, I forgot to put these away. But I'm very excited to read it. So, book 2. This is a skinny one. She's small. Oh, right, okay. So I have the first 3 as paperbacks. I've not read them, but it's River of Silver by Shannon Chakraborty, which is the novellas in the Devabad universe. Tales from the Devabad trilogy. I can't really tell you much about this other than we follow a girl who is a thief, and there's some about magic as well. So I'm very confident that I like the books though, because I read Adventures of Mina al-Sirafi and I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm pretty sure that I like them. I just need to get to them. But the first one is wrapped up over here on my shelves somewhere, so we'll get to it eventually. But yeah, got the novellas. And then next one. Alright, okay. I have, ooh, my receipt. I have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Savine. So I actually gave this as a gift to one of my friends for her birthday, and she started reading it and she was like, I am sure that you'll love it. She wanted it, like it was on her wish list and I'd heard good things about it, so I decided to give it to her, and she was like, I'm pretty sure you'll love it, so you should definitely get your hands on it, or you can borrow it from me. But I like to tap my romances, and I think there's romance in this one. I'm unsure of exactly what it does. Say it's not a romance, but it is about love. I think there's romance in it. I'm not gonna call it a romance, but you know what I mean, right? Okay. So I like to tab these books, which is why I also got it as a paperback, so I can go a little bit crazy. But I'm unsure of what it's about, other than there's something with gaming or something, which is probably why she said that it would be the perfect book for me, or like a good book for me, because I game a lot, like a whole lot. So we'll see. When Sam catches sight of Sadie or Shadi at a crowded train station one winter morning, he is catapulted back to the brief time they spent playing together as children. Their unique spark is instantly reignited. What comes next is a story of friendship and rivalry, fame and creativity, betrayal and tragedy, perfect worlds and imperfect ones, and ultimately our need to connect, to be loved, and to love. So it doesn't really give much away. Yeah, but I'm excited to read it at some point. We'll see. I also like this cover a lot. And then, okay, so I have basically been on a buying binge of Mia Sheridan's books. This is Grayson's Vow. I cannot tell you what this is about. But I am obsessed with Mia Sheridan after reading Archer's Voice. So I've decided that she's an auto-buy kind of author for me, and here we go. I'm gonna get acquainted with Grayson at some point. Some vows are meant to be broken, but others are worth risking everything for, even your heart. So it's a romance, but that's about it. That's all I know. Kira Dallaire is desperate. She must get married and fast to access the inheritance her late grandmother left her. I smell a marriage of convenience incoming. Do you guys smell it? Like, I feel like it's in the air, you know? Otherwise, she'll find herself at the mercy of her wealthy, abusive father. With little money and even fewer options, she uses her quick wit and impulsive heart to come up with a plan. Brazen Hawthorne is losing hope. A convicted felon with limited capital and dwindling resources, his vow to resurrect his family's struggling vineyard seems destined to fail. That is, until a young woman enters his office with an outlandish proposal. A win-win business marriage he can't refuse. But what begins as a temporary arrangement soon threatens to become more, as vibrant, spirited Kira challenges detached, arrogant Grayson to want more from life. Grumpy Sunshine. To want more for himself. As their wills clash and fiery passion ignites, the two realize that sometimes the past creates walls too difficult to climb, and lies and deception rarely precede a happily ever after. Well, we'll see about that, Mia. We'll see about it. I like this. Cute. My chair is making noises. Let's just ignore it. The last one in an envelope, and then we're moving on to the boxes. Oh, it's like, that's awkward. The Rebel King by Kennedy Ryan. The Kingmaker is hold on. I also bought the Kingmaker, but it arrived before the other one, so I'd already unpacked it. Yeah, these are, I don't actually fully know. I think there's something about mafia romances here, but I could be wrong. They're just kind of like dark-ish adult romance, you know, that sort of vibe. And so I took a chance and I decided to get both. It's very cheap. It's very much cheaper for me to pre-order books than buy them after they've been released. So I sometimes end up purchasing sequels even though I've not read the first one. That's just how it is. But I have a good feeling about these books. Raised to rule, bred to lead, and weaned on a diet of ruthless ambition. I don't know what that means. Raised to resist, bred to fight. Survival is in their blood and surrender is never an option. Oh, it's a whole series. I was about to read the synopsis on the sequel. We're not doing that. This is a series. Ooh, I don't know what we're going into, but that sounds dramatic. Okay. Also, look what I did here, because I have a lot of tabs and I've decided to do this from now on. I've decided to do this for like months. Or like it started months ago wanting to do this, but now I finally have the tabs to do this and I'm so satisfied. So we got these books. Then we have 2 more boxes, I think. This is a very big paper bag maybe, I don't know. And then some Amazon packages. So I'd seen this everywhere. If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. Maybe Nolan. And I did not know it's going to be a big paperback, but that's fine. I think this is YA contemporary and I think it's supposed to be heartbreaking, which is why I bought it. Frankly, I don't want to know anything about it. because I want to get shattered into a million pieces. Not me, but like my heart. Shattered into a million pieces. So I want to know nothing going into this. But I think it's heartbreaking. I don't know. I just have a feeling. So that's what she's doing in my possession. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's a big hardback. But like the ones that I see in the stores, they're smaller. I don't mind it. Just kind of funny, but I think it's because I got the US edition instead of the UK one. Yeah, I got the US edition. Anyway, so we'll have a fun time with this one. Autumn and Finn used to be inseparable, but then something changed, or they changed. Now they do their best to ignore each other. We'll see about it. We'll see how long you keep ignoring each other. Anyway, I don't read a lot of YA romance though, but I think that one is YA. I'm not sure though. I'll keep you updated once I read it. And then we have this one which I opened because I needed a short shot for a TikTok. Oh yes. Oh, thick. We have another Mia Sheridan. This one is Stinger, which I have read good things about, but I cannot really fully tell you what it's about though. Sometimes you don't even realize anything is wrong until someone comes along and changes you and makes you want more. I'm ready. I'm sold. I'm ready. Grace Hamilton is the girl with a plan. She knows exactly where her life is going and prides herself on always achieving her goals. She's never stepped outside the lines she draws for herself and never considered what her heart truly wants. That is until him. Carson Stinger doesn't play by any rules except his own. Working in the adult entertainment industry, I don't know why I sounded so excited for a second there. I'm sorry, apologies. He doesn't care what others think of his choices and takes each day as it comes. No direction, no plan. He knows what women want from him, and in his eyes, it's all he has to offer. Until her. When unexpected circumstances force them together, Grace and Carson are swept up into electric chemistry between them, surrendering to a steamy weekend in each other's arms. But for two people whose worlds could never coexist, they know their time is short. That is until their hearts get involved without their permission. So as for those of you who are not acquainted with Mia Sheridan, as far as I can at least based on Archer's voice, she writes romance, but it's more like there's a lot of feeling in it. It's not a rom-com, it's romance, you know? So we might also bump into some sad subjects in her books. Nothing like trauma. I mean, okay, Archer's voice I would say is pretty filled with trauma. But don't think like coho trauma, okay? Just sad, but then good. It's just good. Okay, we're going with it. I'm excited for this. Yeah. Third last package. Is there no? Hello? Oh, there it is. We have The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. I'm sorry, I feel like it's dusty. Anyway, so this is also a romance. I don't actually know what this is about, but I think I ordered it after like 2 days into reading Fourth Wing because I really liked it. So I'm kind of keeping my eye on some of her other ones as well. But this one is published in the UK because it's from Penguin, so it was a little bit cheaper for me. US paperbacks tend to be twice the price of UK ones. This says 2 enemies, 1 unfinished manuscript. The love story of a lifetime. I don't know, we'll see. See, when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's a military romance and someone's writing home. I don't know why. I'm glad that it's not. Hopefully it's not. We'll see. Anyway, second last. Nope. I think this is another YA, but like very heavy YA. So The Way I Used to Be by Amber Smith, which again is one that I think has a lot of sad to it. So that's why I bought it, but I don't really know what it's about other than we follow a girl who has been through a very bad situation. Or not, I don't know what to call it. I can't say exactly what it is on YouTube, but yes. So a YA, I think, I could be wrong about it, so don't quote me on it. Do not take what I say for a fact, but I think it's YA, and I think it's about a girl overcoming her trauma. So, but yeah, again, don't read a lot of YA contemporary, but I think this one, it looked like it had gotten such good reviews that, and also feels like maybe not an important book to read, but like it could be good for me to read it, you know? So that's why I got it. And lastly, I actually know exactly which book is in this box. For a change, because I got the sequel to, this is not gonna match. Well, that's the thing. Anyway, I got the sequel to Addicted to You. I don't know why it's not matching. I'm so angry. I'll get over it quickly, whatever. But Ricochet by Krista and Becky Ritchie. My chair just made the noisiest noise. Anyway, so we follow two people that are addicted to each their thing. Our girl is addicted to sex and our boy is addicted to alcohol, and the two of them in the first one are fake dating to basically hide their addictions from friends and family until things start to go really wrong, and they also take a chance on actually dating, but like they got their issues, you know, so it's not really exactly easy or healthy for both of them. So this is a series of 5 books following these two people, and this is book 2. I wouldn't say that the first one is like amazing in any way, definitely a little bit repetitive at times, but I'm willing to see if it improves a little bit in this one. Hence why I got it, but I'm very mad that they don't match. I'm gonna just move on and get over it, it's fine. Got a couple more paperbacks that I think we should go through. I got 4 romances, and then I have 1 horror, and then I have 5 more hardbacks, and then we're done. So I got the sequel to King of Wrath by Anna Huang, and I'm gonna buy King of Greed as soon as I can, or pre-order it, because I've read Twisted Love and Twisted Games, and I'm very confident that I'll like this series as well, because I'm really vibing with that, you know? I'm vibing with it. So I got this. Can I tell you what it's about? No, not even a little bit, but think like steamy, smutty, romance. That's this, yes. So this one is actually a holiday romance. Lovelight Farms by B.K. Borison. This has been released in, I think it's been released in the UK as of July or something, and that's why I decided to get it, because it was a pre-order, but like it came out here in July or June, I can't remember, but during the summer. But it's a holiday romance. That's all I know, other than people seem to love it, so I'm gonna put it on my holiday TBR, but we're a few months off. Let's see. A handsome, freckled data analyst, a messy, optimistic Christmas tree farm owner. Christmas tree farm owner? A small town with the best hazelnut lattes on the East Coast. That sounds very cozy. Opposites attract. Very cool. And small town. In an effort to save the Christmas tree farm she's loved since she was a child, Stella enters a contest with Insta-famous influencer Evelyn St. James. With the added publicity and the huge cash prize, she might just be able to save the farm from its financial woes. Woes? Woes. Not woos. That's a whole different thing. Financial woes doesn't sound that bad. There's just one problem. To make the farm seem like a romantic destination for the holidays, she lied on the application and said that she owns Lovelight Farms with her boyfriend. Only there is no boyfriend. Do I sense some fake dating incoming? Enter best friend Luca Peters. He just came home for some hot chocolate and somehow got a farm and a serious relationship in the process. Will their fake love affair save Lovelight Farms in time for Christmas? I don't know. Probably yeah. Okay, I'm here for it. Cool. Best friends though. I'm not sure with friends to lovers, but opposites attract and fake dating, we can go with it, you know? And holiday romance. And the cover is cute. And it's a whole series as well. So scared wouldn't arrive. So when it got here, I actually unpacked it just to make sure that it was the right book. We're gonna ignore it anyway. Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. It's a sports romance. I think it's college. Heartfelt, and that's all I know, except I'm for some reason very much tunnel visioning on this book. Like I have this feeling, you know when you have a feeling that you're just gonna love something? I've had that about certain books and then it turned out that I actually did not love them. But this one I feel it, you know, I just feel it. Usually I'll end up loving them. This one I have a feeling. It's very thick though for a romance. But for years, I've dreamed of what college life could bring, and while some things changed, there was always one constant. It didn't matter how wild I allowed my imagination to run, my future was clear and he was it, until suddenly he wasn't. Now there's a new man in my life, one who isn't afraid to go after what he wants, and what he wants is me. So I think there's something sad in this one as well. I can't exactly remember. I'm very excited to I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I also got the fourth book in the Chestnut Springs series. Yes. Reckless by Elsie Silver. Yes, I did have to check if I said the right title. So we have Flawless, Heartless. Give me a moment. I can't remember what the last one's called. I think it's wrapped up on my shelves right now. But we have those. And now we have Reckless. And I think there's the 5th one coming later this year. But these are small town cowboy romances with various tropes. So I think there's a single dad one, for example. This is... What is this one? I'm almost free of my toxic marriage and have sworn off men entirely. Theo is persistent. Oh, it's like it was supposed to be a one-time thing, a secret, but that little plus sign is going to make this secret impossible to keep. Plus sign. It's about a ladies' man who is probably not very much into love, but then becomes obscenely obsessed with our lead girl. Probably. And he's probably also a cowboy because that's kind of these books' thing. So... Also, a one-night stand that turns into more than a one-night stand, that sort of situation. I'm very excited to read these. I hope I love them because now I have 4. It would be awkward if I didn't, but they'll go to someone else if I don't. And that was it for my romance paperbacks. I have 1 more paperback and then we have the last 5 hardbacks. So I got this on a whim because it was like obscenely cheap at my bookstore when I passed it randomly one day. Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia? Yes. And this is horror. That's all I know. It's horror. I don't own a lot of horror, but I want to get better at reading it. So as a little bit of a contrast to all the romance that I've bought this month or over the past little bit, I feel like it's a good little like throw in the mix, you know? A good little like, let's not only put romance on these shelves. So here we have it. Can I tell you what it's about? No, definitely not. This cover has always reminded me of The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which really annoys me, and I think it's the colors. I don't know, but anyway, definitely not 7 Husbands. Definitely not, but yeah. And so that leaves us with my last 5. So let's start out with an Illumicrate edition, which is Witch King by Martha Wells. This one has non-exclusive cover, but it does have these very cool purple stenciled edges. We have foil on the naked cover with a quote. We also have end papers that look like this, and in the back they're actually different because they look like this. I've genuinely completely forgotten what this book is about. After being murdered, his consciousness dormant and unaware of the passing of time while confined in an elaborate water trap, Kai wakes to find a lesser mage attempting to harness Kai's magic to his own advantage. This was never going to go well. But why was Kai imprisoned in the first place? What has changed in the world since his assassination? And why does the Rising World Coalition appear to be growing in influence? Kai will need to pull his allies close and draw on all his pain magic if he is to answer even the least of these questions. He's not going to like the answers. So this is another one that I actually have an ARC of, so I'll get to it at some point. But we'll see. We'll see when. But yeah. Witch King. My hair is the most annoying today. Like, it constantly wants to fall in my face. Can you just like stay over there? Thank you. We have Threats That Bind by Kira Hatsopoulou, which I've been told is Greek and makes good sense that I can't pronounce it because I do not know. I know one word Greek and I'm not gonna say it on the channel. Definitely not. It's a swear word. I don't know. But other than that, got no clue. So it's Threats That Bind though. This is the Illumicrate edition, so it has a redesigned cover which is super foily. It has a see-through dust jacket, or like a transparent dust jacket that's gonna make so much noise. But as you can see, yep. And foiling again, that is hopefully, yeah, it's coming off on the camera as holographic. We have as well on the back with a quote. We have foiled as well end papers, also holographic. And I believe they're the same in the back. Yeah. And this book actually feels very nice. I don't know, kind of funny. And I forgot to show any other ones, but it's also signed. It also has a bound-in letter, which is cool. As for the synopsis though, I have read this before and I don't remember it at all. I'm terrible at remembering synopses these days. Anyway, descendants of the fates are always born in threes. One to weave, one to draw, and one to cut the threads that connect people to the things they love and to life itself. The Aura sisters are no exception. Io, the youngest, uses her fate-born abilities as a private investigator in the half-sunken city of Alante, But her latest job leads her to a horrific discovery. Somebody is abducting women, maiming their life threats, and setting the resulting wraiths loose in the city to kill. To find the culprit, she must work alongside Idai Runa, the right hand of the infamous Mob Queen, and the boy with whom she shares a rare fate thread linking them as soulmates before they've even met. The investigation turns personal when Io's estranged oldest sister shows up on the arm of her best suspect. Amid unveiled secrets from her past and her growing feelings for Idai or Idai? No, Idai? I don't know how to pronounce it before, I can't remember. Io must follow clues through the city's darkest corners and unearth a conspiracy that involves some of the city's most powerful players before destruction comes to her own doorstep. So, YA fantasy though? I've heard that this is good, so we'll see. It was very hyped before it came out. I'll need to stay a little bit updated on that situation. And then we have 3 Afterlight editions. Let's start with these 2 that I got in May. Have I included them? I don't think so. No, I haven't. So we have The Soulmate Equation and also The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. These are designed or redesigned covers and they are so good. So we have The Soulmate Equation. This was an add-on for their May box. So I think this is still on the website actually, if you are curious about it. It also has this nice foil design on the naked cover. I'm mostly excited about the front cover though, because like this style is so good. So, and oh, that's about a single parent who is, there's like this romance, it's like an app, a dating app that is supposed to go into your DNA sort of thing and set you up with someone who matches. So like there's this formula that'll figure that out, and it turns out that her perfect match, or almost perfect match at least, is with the owner of the company. She knows him and he sucks, or something like that. So I don't know, sounds very funny. And then we have The True Love Experiment, also a redesigned cover that goes with the other one, a quote on the back, and these stenciled edges as well. This one also has, and this is a bit of a nod to the original cover. It has fireworks on the naked cover. I don't know what this is about, but I believe that one of the characters at least is also in the Soulmate Equation. And there's something about fake, or not, is it fake dating? Oh, then his profit-minded boss orders him to create a reality TV show. Him being a single father, this dude over here, putting it all in jeopardy because he likes to stay close to his daughter. He's a documentary filmmaker. Desperate to find his romantic lead, a chance run-in with an exasperated Fizzy, so her, offers Connor the perfect solution. What if he could show the queen of romance herself falling head over heels because she is a romance novelist and she has numerous bestsellers as well. But when production on The True Love Experiment begins, Connors wonders if that perfect match will ever be in the cue cards for him too. So something about them kind of falling for each other behind the scenes, even though that kind of goes against this whole program because she's supposed to date people on the program. Yes. I would almost call it forbidden romance a little bit, but like without being super strict about it, I suppose. I don't know, maybe. Lastly, this, I probably should have gotten the original Dust Jacket because I put the, so, okay. Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. So the thing is, this is from Illumicrate. Basically you had to buy this with Dust Jackets as well for both this but also Love on the Brain and Love Hypothesis. So my Love on the Brain is currently wrapped up on the shelves over here, so I can't actually put that Dust Jacket on the book, but I will get the Love Hypothesis so you can see them next to each other. It did come with its original cover art though as well on another Dust Jacket, just in an alternative or in an exclusive colorway that was like teal instead of yellowish. But these Dust Jackets are so cute, so I'm very happy that I ended up getting them actually. Yes, so nice, so cute, so good. So I've only read the Love Hypothesis, but I loved it so much I gave it 5 stars. Fairly sure that I'm gonna love both Love on the Brain and also Love Theoretically. Don't actually fully know what this is about, and I don't have a synopsis, so I cannot tell you. But we trust in Ali Hazelwood. That's just the way that it is. And look how cute they are. Like, look how cute they are. Look at that chest. I'm sorry. I can't stop staring at the chest. Like, his shirt is so open. I don't know. I think it is on the original cover too. It's kind of funny. Here they are playing some kind of game. Very cute. Very adorable. I don't know what this is. I've never seen this game in my life. But yeah, I'm very excited to read this at some point, but I will be going through Love on the Brain first. I just need to pull the number off the shelves and I will be on it. Okay, I'll be on it so quickly. Like, we're gonna binge that book. And then we can get to Love theoretically. Very happy to have these dust checked. And that was the last one. So, this was a very long video. Sorry for ranting, but also I'm not sorry. I hope you're used to it by now. Anyway, if you want to check out any of the books, like I mentioned earlier in the video, we'll be leaving links to them in the description box down below so you can go check them out. If you've read any of them, let me know. If you can supply a synopsis or just like a few words or something about the books that I couldn't, feel free to in the comments as well. But that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this from me, but also other booktube stuff such as bookish unboxings, wrap-ups, reading vlogs, and all of it basically, definitely consider sticking around by clicking on the subscribe button. However, I'm gonna go. I think my neighbors went to bed like 2 hours ago, so apologies. So I'm really gonna go, but I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Oh, you know you're beautiful.